I wanna see you work, 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 and work. I wish like me, yeah, know my worth. Fucking with me is a gift and a curse. I pay my.
What's up? It's your girl Chief 10 and welcome back to another video. It's 2024, y'all. It is 2024. I cannot get over it. I'm still stuck, and I mean, it's only January 1st, so I should be stuck, but still, where did 2023 go? Who knows? But today we are getting into a little bit of a tan talk. I kind of just want to recap my 2023 and show you things that I've learned. We're getting vulnerable today, so who knows? My makeup is beat. I don't think I want to cry, so I'm gonna try my best not to cry. But when I be thinking about myself and the growth that I still need to do and the things that I went through and how I'm still here, you know, make you want to shed a tear or whatever. So if you would like to see or hear about my 2023 wrap up reflections and what I got planned and what I hope to do for myself in 2024, up on in. Let's get into it. All right, so like I said, we're gonna get a little bit vulnerable today. Yesterday, I pretty much spent the entire day. I woke up at like 6 something. I watched the last sunrise, and I spent the majority of the day writing, taking breaks. Like I have 10 full pages in my journal that I wrote yesterday. So I would like write some, take a break, reflect, think, write some, take a break, reflect, think. And it just went like that all day until it hit New Year's. And I was not mad about that. I sat here, was just thinking about how 2023 went. I was looking at people's different, like, you know, the videos, 2023 recaps, and I'm usually all for it, but this year I just don't feel like I wanted to do one because I just was not proud of myself. Not to say I didn't do things or accomplish things that I should be proud of, but I just feel like 2023 overall, I was not a year that I'm especially proud of myself. I feel like I could have done better by myself, especially for the things that I claim that I want. So let's take a dive into that. And yeah, so the biggest thing that consumed my brain last year, and I think that's what had me like the most upset with myself, is it was a dude. It was a man occupying the majority of my mind, the majority of the time. When I say I thought about this man every day, and that is in between or after or during my situationship ending for good, like going through the ups and downs of that was like a 1.5-year battle. And I think like throughout it all, I kind of laughed about it because I don't be taking nothing serious. I really feel like life is a joke and I just be laughing. But when I look back, I'm like, number one, wow, I made it through that. Number two, if the circumstances were just a little bit different, that could have been an extremely scary situation. And I don't think I would be laughing how I did while it was occurring. But the majority of my mind was focused on, number one, other people that weren't necessarily doing right by me, and in turn, me not doing right by myself. And the reflection piece that I got from that yesterday was that I have some internal work to do because there is a level of self-worth that I am not holding within myself, which in turn allows me to accept what others give me. And I'm not going to say that's any fault to them because people are going to do what you let them do. And me in my head, I like this person so much. I want to see what this could be like with them. I'm doing this with them and I like these parts, but I don't like those parts. But I feel like the good parts are outweighing the bad parts. But later on, I'm coming to realize that it's doing me so much more mental and internal harm than I'm giving it credit for. Because baby, reflection is where you really learn. So when I think back, I'm like, damn, these things really hurt me. These things really bother me. These things really stuck with me. Because even when I look back through my journal from all through 2023, and some of these things have gone beyond that. So back to 2022, it's the same stuff. I'm repeating the same frustrations, the same issues. And for me, and I think the definition actually is, you know, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is insanity. So I really feel like 2023 was insanity for me because I just kept allowing the same things, and I'm seeing the cycles, I'm seeing the repeated behavior, I'm seeing the unchanged things, and I continue to go back. So that just made me disappointed within myself, and I feel like I just allowed too much time and energy to be focused on those things, especially when I claimed I wanted to be, you know, get back into my creative self. And after I left an extremely draining situation, I still was going back to cycles and patterns of behavior that may not have drained me as much physically because it wasn't like a rah type of thing. But as I sit back and reflect, it was draining me. It was stopping me from taking the time to do those projects and create and follow through on those ideas that I had because my mind was so consumed with the bullshit. So that's what I want to change for 2024. I had to cut this person off officially, and y'all been hearing about the same person over and over and over and over. I have a TAN talk. I got a story time. I probably talked about it on the podcast. I probably be tweeting about it. I said it on close friends. I talk about it all the time. That just means it's consuming me. It's consuming me, and I'm not getting anything back. Not worthwhile anyway. And not to say that this person is not worthwhile. They just will not allow me to tap in that way. And it just may not be meant to be. And unfortunately, I have to sit with that. So that's what I really came to terms with yesterday. Well, long before, but really like I'm making myself sit on it. This is going to be a difficult time for me because like I actually, had an in-person conversation with the person that has been consuming me. And I was just like, maybe I haven't created a safe enough space for you to want to dive deeper and to have those more in-depth conversations. Maybe I've reached the levels of your depthness. And, they cracked the joke saying, it's like, oh, you're saying I'm not deep. I was like, no, I think you are deep, but you're just not letting me in that way. And for me, and in your own words and in my own words, I feel like I'm begging to receive that from you. And I just feel like anybody that I claim I like or that I'm messing with and that, claims the same thing back towards me, that the energy or feelings are reciprocated, I shouldn't be doing anything that feels even remotely close to begging. So as fun as the stuff we do may be, it's not serving me in a great enough purpose to continue on with this. You know it, I know it. We've been talking about this over and over, been having the same conversation of like, we have an expiration date. When are we going to implement it? We're spoiled milk. When are we going to stop? And we just never stop. And I feel like they, of course, receive more benefits of the situationship than I do. So, of course, they're never going to want to let it go. It's me that is requiring and wanting more. And so I'm basically in that by myself, which, again, known, but you just push things to the back. Our compartmentalization skills are out of this world. So I just tuck it, and then you play those mental gymnastics to make it okay for the moment when they're in your presence. But as soon as you leave, or as soon as they leave, then you have that feeling of maybe regret, frustration, sadness, all of these things. And it would happen over and over and over. And I'm like, if I don't like feeling these ways, why do I keep doing these things that are going to lead me to feel this way? Do better, Tan. Do better. So this is the start of something new. It's hard. It's going to be hard. And when I think back, I was trying to like downplay it a lot in my head of like, oh, it's not that deep. They're not giving me what I want, so I should just be able to cut it off. But then I had to think back. I'm like, I've been dealing with this same person for 3 years now. This is the only person of this gender that I've been dealing with in the past at least 5 years. This is one of the few people that I allow in my house that even comes over. And that is within that, again, I've been living in this apartment since, I think like 2019. Very few males have been in here. He's probably the only one that's been in there on a semi-consistent basis, because I can't even say that our situationship was consistent. It was infrequent at best. So, but yeah, it's like those ties, as insignificant as they may seem, they definitely have like rooted in me. I was like, dang, this is the only person that I've been messing with. This is the only peen I had. This is the only man that's been in my house. And it's like, I want these things and I want to go further. And it's just like, they just not doing that. They just not with that with me. So I have to take it upon myself to let it go and stand on letting it go. Because we've had the conversation plenty of many times. Cut it. And I can't. So that is the biggest thing. And then also just realizing that and sitting in the things that like why they consume so much of my mind, why they consume so much of my time, it led me to look, deeper inward. And I have a lot of internal things that I still need to work on, and some self-worth issues and some self-confidence issues that allows me to accept this type of behavior from people, number one. And number two, that I feel like I'm not worthy to be with this person or some person in the future, and I have to address those concerns that I have within myself and readjust what I feel is important to me, what should be important to the person that I claim I want to be my partner. And going forward, I should be able to easily bring those notes to the front, and when I see that we're not aligning, cut it off quicker than staying in a 3-year situationship that has led me nowhere. And I read that in my journal as like 3 years, and for what? The majority of our time spent was in my apartment. It wasn't like we were doing a whole bunch. It wasn't like we were going on dates. It was really a cuddy buddy situation. You know, we would talk, and then in those conversations, we may dive deeper and see that we do have a lot in common. And it's like, okay, I would like to take these next steps. But again, it just was not happening. So the internal work for me is what I feel like is probably my biggest one that's going to be hard to get over, or not even get over, work through, is the self-worth. Because in previous relationships, I've been told that I'm just a pretty face, that I don't offer much or not seen as an equal. So as much as I feel like I'm over those instances happening or hearing those words, they're clearly sticking with me. And I'm realizing that more and more as I claimed I wanted to be in this, take these next steps with this person who already wasn't giving it to me. But I kind of also accepted that he wasn't giving it to me because internally I didn't feel worthy of that next step anyway. I was like, I put it out there because yeah, that's subconsciously what I want. But if we were to take that next step, we will run into a whole bunch of new issues because I feel like I may not be as clean as them. I may not make as much money as them. I may want more of their time than they're able or willing or wanting to give. So it's just like, I would accept whatever they give me because internally I feel like that's all that I'm worth. So those are the things that I need to address, because I know I may not right now, which is on my vision board. Let me pop in a little picture of my vision board. I'm proud of it. I got to do part 2. So part 2 coming soon. I don't know if I'll put it on the channel, but it'll be somewhere. But anyway, as far as like partnerships goes, and this is with a man or a woman, whoever, like cooking and cleaning are just big things for a relationship, period. And I do clean. I ain't gonna say I'll be in the kitchen. And even with my cleaning, it may not be up to par for whatever my partner deems as well done. And I've addressed that within myself too. It's like I grew up with a military mother who is a homemaker and pretty much a Jane of all trades. She does it all. She cooks, she cleans, she creates. My mama is that girl, and I'm just trying to be just like her. But because I grew up how I grew up and having everything spick and span and drop a, all right, like that was rude, you know, drop a, what is it, quarter on the bed or some types. That's how I grew up. So now as an adult, I'm not doing all that. That was stressful. So now like looking into getting a partner, they may want that, but I have this, I'm not gonna say that's trauma, but like reasons as to why I may not do things like that. Not to say I don't make the bed or nothing like that, but I hope you get the analogy. I just feel like I may not be up to par with whoever I want my partner to be, but I also want my partner to have those type of standards, because I also have those type of standards. But yeah, just being told that I'm just a pretty face, and I already feel self-conscious about, you know, not cooking. Like I can follow a recipe, sure, but I don't consider that cooking. And I don't really like being in the kitchen even to follow a recipe. So there's that. And then with the cleaning, I'm okay with stuff being a little bit here and there for a while. Other people are not. They can't stand it. Now, I won't say I'm near a hoarder, but to someone else, it could feel like that. I've had a partner that felt like that, and it was a lot. Anyway, let me not dive too deep in that. But yeah, so it's led me to do that inner work. And that is what my goal for this next year is. To do that inner work so that I can receive all the desires of my heart. I've been seeing, and I easily saw the cycles that I was continuing to repeat and live in, but I just would not stop because it's comfortable, it's familiar, it's what I'm used to, it's what I really wanted, even though it was not reciprocating that energy. I want to reel in my energy for a love interest because yes, I love love. Yes, I want love. Yes, I want to get married. Yes, I want to have a family. Yes, I want all of those things. But I also know it's going to take probably a while to find that person that even aligns with, you know, the desires that we both want, to take those steps. Because I feel like my previous relationships, everything was just very rushed, moving in, living together, emotions. It was just a lot. It was very chaotic. It was just, and I just want to take things slow, learn my person, they learn me, we have adventures, and then be able to take those steps one at a time and not feel rushed within that process. So now that I know that's the route that I want to go, and of course God first up in all the mix of everything, because without him it really just, I don't think the plans are going to work. And whatever higher power you believe in, God is the name that I have for the one that I believe in. He, she, they. I really believe God is a she, because women are just that. We create the world. We bring life into the world. So, but he is just the pronoun that, easily comes to me. So having a partner that may not be, super religious, because I'm not super religious, but someone that's spiritual, that has a higher guiding force that they look to, or, reach for assistance in their times of need. And it's not solely based on, material things or people, or the letdowns of their past and trauma stop them from, being who they fully and truly are. And I really want someone that is, balanced within their masculine and feminine energy and authentic to who they are, or just willing and open to want to be authentic to who they are, not hide those pieces of them, because I feel like that's where you really are. And that's what I really want to see in people, because I feel like that's what I give off as well. And I want to be matched with my partner in that way. So I want to work on myself internally. And since I'm reeling in all this desire for love, or not even desire, the desire will always be there. But the physical search and the act for love or love interest, I really don't see myself going on dates. I do feel like it's time for a cleanse. I went from one long-term relationship to a almost relationship, deep in the depths situationship, to another long-term, infrequent, inconsistent situationship that still had me wrapped like I was in the trenches and we'd have been through a whole bunch. So it's definitely time for an energy cleanse, and that's what I'm looking forward to. As scared as I am to let go of this person, to let go of our routine of how things go. And myself, I'm a very sexual being, so in the type of intercourse that I like to have, I have to be, kind of fairly deeply entangled with the person. And, I was kind of there with that person, and I wanted to go further. So now it's like I have to reel it all in, and I'm, again, not in the act of searching for a love interest. So that means no D. No D, no P. It's only me and Miss Rosie and Vontae, who's my strap. So I'm preparing myself for these changes. I'm preparing myself to alter the way that I think, not the things that are important to me, but like how I manage them in the list of my priorities. Because I want all of these things for my life, but I feel like I have to do the best by me in order to receive them. So I've been so consistent with being in the gym, and that has, I think, awakened my inner clarity, because like before I probably could do those things, and I was in like a 7-10 year long situationship before, and it really didn't feel like anything. But this time around, it really started to feel like it was weighing on me. So I'm like, okay, again, when I say being in the gym, it just really does something for your mental clarity. So I feel like that being in there so consistently has awakened that within me, and is going to allow me to more better and easily stand on business when it comes to like leaving this person alone, because I'm not gonna block or just leaving the dating situation. I say I don't want to date nobody. I say I'm not doing this act. I say I'm not looking. I'm not searching. I'm not on apps. I'm not out and about. I'm not. Hard as it may be, but I'm really not trying to dive into that. I feel like I wasted a year on not achieving the things that are important to me, and I scream all the time, I'm a creative. I just want to be creative. That's all I want to do. But I was so focused on this person or trying to be in some romantic relationship that I used that energy on BS instead of fulfilling the goals that I set for myself. So this year, it's really important to me to stand firm in that, being the creative that I am. There's so many ideas in my head, so many projects that I want to do. And although I may not have all the resources to get them done, I have way more time and energy than I've always had the time and energy. Recently, I've had the time and energy, but I spent it on foolishness. So this year is about standing on business, being real, staying true to yourself and real to all, because I say it all the time and I feel like I am, but also that internal voice, I be ignoring her. Can't do it in 2024. She's screaming at me. She's weighing on me. I feel it. I can't operate the same. As much as it would be so much easier for me to continue on with the BS that I was doing, I physically can't anymore. And that's a little frightening for me too, that I can really like feel it. So I feel the growth within myself. I know I still have so much more to do. I pray that you look into yourself internally and see, not character flaws, but things that you suppress, thoughts that you suppress, actions that you suppress, things that you really know you're not okay with, that you do anyway. reflecting on those instances and, you know, taking the time to really see how you actually want to move through those complicated situations, because it's really never that black and white. Nothing is ever that black and white. It's never that simple, especially when it comes to love, relationships, life. It's never that simple. So I'm calling you, as I'm calling myself, to take time to do a lot more reflection this year. Pay a lot more attention to how your body feels and reacts to different things people tell you, people that you're around, energies that you feel, because if you pay attention, you really can feel it. And yeah, so I'm ready for 2024. I'm really hoping that by me making this video today, I just let this talk through sit over me. I don't know if that's all I wanted to go over today, but I feel like that's where I'm gonna stop. But I just wanted to sit with me, especially like continuing the momentum throughout this whole first month, staying true, because I've been tested already, but I'm doing pretty good right now. I'm doing pretty good. I've been tested already. It's only day one. We're only, what time is it? 2? It's only 2 o'clock on the first day, and she's already being tried. And I'm already feeling a little shaky in the knees, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna just keep telling myself and keep chatting with myself and keep reminding myself that's not what you want for your greater good. Leave that shit alone. Still working through traumas of past relationships, and a thing that I've been noticing and that I've been saying over and over, that my voice, my throat chakra has felt blocked. And I've really, again, when I talk about feeling these emotions and feeling ways that I don't really want to move, when I feel them on me and I'm doing those actions and my body's telling me, you know, that's not right for you, holding in my thoughts, I feel it. So it's like with this person, I was like, I want to tell them so much, I want to say so much, but it really feels like a lump in my throat. Like, don't. You're going to be disappointed. Don't. And again, that's another thing that I don't want to feel from a partner. And also, it just lets me know that I have something to work on, because I've been saying this for so long and I'm still feeling blocked. I had a relationship prior to this where I was shut down. I didn't know how to communicate my feelings, so I learned how to communicate. Then I got into a situationship where I couldn't talk, because if I met them with any energy, good, bad, if it wasn't neutral, even if it was neutral, it would escalate and turn into a whole legit battle. And then this one, I just feel like this is not my person. Why would I want to open up in that way? They're already showing me they don't care. I care about myself, so when I open up to someone, I would hope that they care too, and that's just not the energy I'm receiving. Don't share, don't do it, don't do it. So I've been feeling very blocked in my speech, and I feel like that has also gone into my creativity, because I used to TAN talk all the time, and it seems like it's flowing freely right now, and it actually does feel kind of free flowing. But when I did my lives, when I do TAN talk on live, I would talk about just feeling like I can't speak as freely as I want. So another thing I'm working on, unblocking that throat chakra, learning more about all the chakras so I can feel when I'm having an internal battle that I may not be able to immediately recognize, or what's in ever I can reflect on that as well. But yeah, lots of things to work on. I will be proud of myself this year. I'm gonna speak it now on Jan 1, 2024. At the end of this year, I will say that I am proud of myself. We will not have a repeat of 2023. And it's not that I did anything like detrimental. It's just like, I know I could have done more. I know I should have made different choices. I know I could have made better choices. So starting here today, that is what I want to do. And that's what I want to give myself for 2024. I hope you have a similar energy for yourself, and stay true. Leave that shit alone if it's not for your greater good. Do not allow things that don't serve you to move you to do things that you're really not okay with internally. So I pray that, and I wish that over everyone. This 2024, we're gonna have more TAN talks. And I pray again, blessings over everyone that watches this video. And thank you guys so much for supporting me. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and X, because another place I'll be trying to unblock that throat chakra is on X. I'll be tweeting my little thoughts, trying to get more secure in that. So follow your girl over there. And yeah, that's gonna wrap up the first video of 2024. Yeah, we on the way, y'all. Everything on the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay true.
Work, work, and work. I wish like me, yeah, I know my worth. Fucking with me is a gift and a curse. I pay my